Hello. Nobody's here yet. Maybe somebody will come, maybe not. But I decided I was going to play in my new Junky Junk journals, and maybe somebody would want to play along. I'm going to grab them and show you in case you haven't seen that video yet. Oh. Well, where's the other one? There it is. Hi, Patricia. I'm glad you could show up. I'm going to play in my new Junky. I made 2 out of envelopes. So I've got 2 of those. And then I made 2 of these out of the cardboardy kind of what do you call those? The political ads and all the things you get like that are kind of cardboardish. So I made a couple of different kinds, and it was fun to make them. Now I need to do something in them. Hi, Janet. Do you have your Junky Junk journal ready to play in? Before I get started doing that, and I thought, okay, good. Well, one thing I thought we might do, Janet, is go ahead and use the prompts to work in these. I don't know if that'll work or not. We may do that Monday night, but I also thought I was trying to decide whether to just start painting right on top of this, or just start gluing stuff down, or it's like anything else you do. What do I do first and that's why I thought the prompts might be good. I'm looking forward to working in this. I like all the different sizes of the papers and things, but they're really bright. I mean, strong. So you kind of have to knock them back some. Yeah, I think paint and then glue. I think that's the plan. I was trying to decide if I wanted to do, use gesso or just use paint. One thing I thought I might do is do some jelly plating and use these for my roll-off my roll-off sheets. So I may just put some paint out on it and use a brayer and see if it'll cover. They're still, they're kind of shiny, so I don't know if it'll cover or not doing that. But I thought that was something that, a way to cover them quick, maybe if I could just cover it with a brayer. And that way the paint also would be kind of thin. Yeah. Did you actually print it on your jelly plate, or did you just use your jelly plate as a place for the brayer? Your envelopes were gorgeous. Well, I finished binding them, so now I've got 2 of these, and I've got 2 of these. And these I want to be a little bit more careful, I think, than I do on this, because I do want to save the security, part of these envelopes. I meant to do both of these with that window in the front. Of course, I guess I could just cut these off and not have, but it seems kind of funny to have the beads at the bottom. Of course, they could just be short little charms, I guess. I don't know. Trying to decide on that. But I know this is the one you got pretty much made. Is that right, Janet? And then you're working on the envelope one. Am I right about that? Okay. Well, I'm trying to decide. I think I want to try, some different methods and see what'll work good. Um, Before I start that though, I do want to show y'all something. I'm so excited. Um, I was taking some stuff to the thrift store. Okay. I was not supposed to be buying anything, but you can't drop stuff off without looking around. I mean, can you? I can't. Um, and I was really good. I only bought 6 things. I'll show you what they are here. Just a second. I'll show you the least exciting things first. I got this book. It's the DK Ultimate Rose book. And I thought this would be great flowers to put in collage. I mean, just look at those. Only 6. Yeah, only 6 things. I only spent $5. That's pretty good, I think. Anyway, I just love this book. Hi, Kiki. I'm glad you're here. So I can't wait to cut these flowers out. They're just gorgeous. So that's one of the things I got. And well, I just don't. I put my my makeshift table up, so I'm gonna have to get it back out. There we go. I set this down there now. And then I got this. They had stuff. Everything was 50% off in the store. It was probably a good thing my son was waiting out in the car, or I might have spent more money. But I just looked real quick at the books. This is a somebody's thesis for their master's degree. For an English, I think it's an English master's degree. But The Truth Shall Make You Free, Flannery O'Connor's Ideology as Presented in Her Prose. And this lady did her thesis in 1960 something. Let's see. I thought it said when. Anyway, it was at West Texas State University, which is now part of Texas A&M. But this lady got her degree right here at the college that's really close to us. It's about 20 miles away. So I think that's really neat. My daughter's contemplating what she wants to do. She wants to be an author. And one of the things that she thought would be good would be to get a literature degree or an English degree. She's really into languages. Her other thing that she's thinking about, it would be to do linguistics. But anyway, I thought she might really enjoy that book. And then I got a sewing book. I've been wanting to make one of those sewing junk journal things, out of sewing papers and stuff. I don't know if this tells what year this book was. It's 1970. This is a book from 1970, but it was in really good shape, I thought. So I have another one that I got. It's not in near as good a shape. This is all faded out, but anyway, I thought that would be a fun book to use. So I got that. Okay, now to the things I'm really excited about. I liked those, but those were not the exciting things. These are the exciting things. These 3 books right here. I'm going to start with this one. This one says Modern Music and Musicians, and I guess it's by Elson. Compositions, Volume 3, Vocal. The University Society. It's where this book came from. But it's the Philharmonic edition. And has a pretty picture in it. I'm trying to see when it was. This one was copyright in 1912. So it's an old book. But there are a few of the pages are dark like this, but a lot of them are they're not as dark as a lot of things, but it's got some pretty pictures. Of different, it's trying to fall apart, but I just love the cover of it. And so, hi Azure, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad y'all were needing to do something impromptu like I was. Anyway, I'm excited about that book. I love that one. I don't know, like I said, it's trying to fall apart, and so it may end up getting taken apart. These two really are trying to fall apart, and they're just almost completely apart. Neither one of these actually have a date inside them. This one says Aunt Mommy gave it to me 1928. That's all it says. But the publishing says Burr Printing House, 18 Jacob Street, New York, and that's all it says about who published it. So but the cover on it is just beautiful. It's embossed and it's really pretty, and the back even has some embossing on it. Bulwer Lytton's novels, The Last of the Barons, and then it says Routledge. I don't know anything about this, but it's beautiful. This is by the same guy, by Lytton, and it's Ernest Maltravers. Anyway, it's another book, and it's also fallen apart. This one was published by John W. Lovell Company. But there's no date. It does say something else here. Let's see what this is. Printing and Bookbinding Company in New York. Trowse Printing and Bookbinding Company, New York. So I have no idea when these books were published. But when they call it bookbinding instead of publishing, I'm thinking about making these covers into journals. I think they're beautiful. I think they would make really pretty journals. The insides, are coming out of it, and the paper's really brittle. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the insides. I may use it just like I do other, insides of other old books. But I just think the covers on them are gorgeous, even though they're not, they're not pristine by any means. But they're too pretty not to do something special with. If you got any good ideas, Azure, let me know. But that's my thought at this moment. I'm probably not going to do anything with it for a while. Yeah, shabby and distressed. In fact, my daughter almost stole them from me. She grabbed them and she goes, "Oh, Mom, you cannot do anything with these. They need to go on my shelf just like this." And I said, "No, I bought them to do something with. I want to make something with them." And she's like, "No, Mom, they're just too pretty." So she may end up getting her wish. I may just give them to her to put on her shelf. Because they're just beautiful. I mean, look at that. Wouldn't that just look gorgeous sitting on your shelf? So that may be what happens. They may just sit on her shelf, because it's hard to say no to your daughter who loves books as much as you do. But you really can't, you couldn't read them very easily because they're trying so hard to fall apart. But hi, Mimi. I'm glad you're here. Anyway, that was my Butamus stuff I found at the thrift store. But what made me decide to go ahead and do a quick impromptu play date, I guess, is wanting to do something in one of these books that I made in the video that I put out last night. So I thought we would do that today. Well, maybe we'll just work on the cover of this one. Maybe we'll go through and just put some paint on a bunch of pages. I'm not sure. I've got I've got a brayer here somewhere. I thought I would just see what, try some different ways of putting paint on them. But I thought I'd start just with a brayer and see, because it's such slick stuff. I don't know if it'll cover well or not. But we're going to try. So let me find some paint. I want to start, I think, you either start with something really light or really dark, and I'm not sure which one's the best way to go. But since there's so much red in this one, I may just start with a red and see if we can kind of cover it up with a red. What I'm going to do is just put a little paint on here like this and then run the brayer on it and see. I'm not going to worry if it gets on the other pages because it's a junk journal. No, I have not tried that. Janet says, Lisa, have you ever tried the Shannon Green method of putting gesso on wax paper, then placing that on top of your paper, just a little, and it gives a nice distressed look. So you like paint it onto wax paper, or is it wadded up wax paper, or how do you? I need to look into that because I don't. I'm not sure exactly how you're talking about. Brayer the paint onto the wax paper, then place it on your page and smoosh. Okay, well, let's try it. I have some gesso. I have some black gesso and I have some white gesso. Which one should I use? What I don't have is wax paper. I do have some parchment paper though. Maybe that'll work. Let's try that. Okay. So do we want to do black or white? Okay. So you might want to do it kind of splotchy. Let's see what we got here. Well, white. Okay. He who speaks up first gets their choice. Now if I can find my white gesso. Okay. I know I have some. Well, I thought I had some. Okay, I may not have white gesso. I may have used it all up. I do have some white paint though. I'm gonna have to make some more white gesso. I've got the marble dust and the glue and the white paint. I think that's all you need actually to make it. But we'll try the white paint for the moment. Oh, let's see how big a mess I can make. Cubby, I wish you could go get that for me and bring it here. Can you do that? Huh? Okay. Now I need to shake this up. And distilled water. Yeah. I knew there was something else. Okay, I've got the white paint. That's what we're going to use right now since I don't have any white gesso made at the moment. Okay. This is pretty thin paint. It may not work as well as gesso would. Oh dear. Let's I'm going to roll this off on here. Okay. Now let's try the smoosh thing. Little smooshes. Okay. So just lay it down like that. Is that little smooshes? Different areas. Okay. All right. I hope this is the right method here. I wouldn't want the Shannon Green police to get on me. I tell you, I think she thinks up more things than anybody I've ever seen. About everything you see, somebody says, I saw Shannon Green do this. Like, wow, she's very got a good imagination, and she shares everything, which I think is really wonderful. Okay, so maybe I should do excellent smooshing. Yay! Maybe I should do another color now. What do you think? She's a tinkerer and does a lot of testing. Yeah, well, that's kind of what you have to do. See if it's gonna, work for you, or if there's something you don't have something, you just try what you got and see if you can make it work. Oh, let me go let the dog out. Just a second. Okay, go on, buddy. Go on. Okay, Janet says yellow next. So let me find some yellow. Okay, I have 3 yellows. I have, this one is dandelion. I don't know if you can see that one. This one is apricot. It's a little bit orangey. And then this one is antique gold. Dandelion. Okay. Let's do a little bit of it. See what we can come up with here. Spray her off over here. All right, here we go. Some smooshing, smooshing, not smooching, smooshing. Okay, let's put it back down and do the whole thing. We need to move some up because there wasn't any at the top. So what do you think? I think we need a little more there. Okay, let's do a little bit more right here. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay. Well, that's fun. From here, you can't see the people. Well, I can see right there. Of course, it's just one guy on there, but you can only sort of see, not very much. So do we want to add another color? No, stop right there. Okay. All right, we're going to set this one over here and let it kind of dry a little bit. Now this one I kind of brayered off a little bit. Let's see if we can get some of this off on that. Not much. So I think we need to add something over here. What do you think? Because you can definitely see the people still on this one. How about, let's do something darker to start this one. How about some purple? Purple be okay? Hi, Danny K. I'm glad you're here. Oh, Janet says browns and green. Okay, we can do browns and green. I'm definitely not married to purple. Let's see what we can find here. I like this brown that's called chocolate bar. Is it Danny's birthday? Am I right? Is that who you're talking to, Janet? Is it Danny's birthday? A couple of days ago. Well, happy birthday anyway. Happy late birthday. I won't sing to you since it was a couple of days ago. Aren't you glad it wasn't today? Okay, I've got this chocolate bar brown. It's her birthday week. There you go. And then I've got these two greens. Or I've got one that's kind of a bluegrass green. It's a little more turquoisey. What do you think? Oh, I'll definitely save my paper, Janet. Yeah. Definitely. So the turquoise with the brown like this. All right, that's what we're going to do. Then two greens, okay? How about the lime green and the turquoise and the brown? So do we want to brayer one on and then use the other two smooshy? Or do we want to just smoosh all three of them? Oh, I'm glad you were watching that because that's what we're doing. We're playing with those same journals. So brayer on the brown. Okay. I'm glad you're not shy, Janet. It makes me feel better when I ask a question and somebody goes ahead and gives me a definitive answer. Well, that ought to cover stuff up, huh? I'm not wearing my play clothes or painting clothes or whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to put the rest of the brayer off on the back of this other one. Put the parchment on like this. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that. Gorgeous. Okay, I think I need to just save that piece of parchment paper and get a new one. to do the greens with, because I like it just like that. I probably should not be making these quite so big, but that's what wants to come off. So yeah, well, I usually put on painting clothes, but like this was kind of an impromptu thing. I was looking at comments and I thought it would be fun to go ahead and play with that right now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do some smooshing with the green. And I think I might like the fact that the brown is not quite dry yet when we do this. I think that'll be good. Okay, I'm liking that. I may want a little bit more right down there, though. And maybe a little bit more up here. Okay. Ooh, pretty, 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 pretty. Yay! I think this is my picture a little too dark. Should I try to lighten it up a little bit? Or does it look okay to y'all? It is fun. Okay. I thought you said green, but you want blue instead of another green? I'm good with that. Let's try blue. Whoa, don't run away. Here's a light blue called Blue Bonnet. We'll use that one. Well, make up your mind. You want light blue or light green? I think I'm going to do the light blue, and then we can add the light green too. I think it'll be pretty. If we don't think it's enough after the blue, we'll do some light green. But I like the idea of the blue. Okay. Ooh, I got too much paint that time. It's not splotchy. Okay. Let's see what happens. Woo! I like that. I like that. So do we need to add the light green or do we need to leave it like this? I'm going to dry a little bit while y'all think. Okay. Kiki spoke up and said, yes, some light green. So I'm going to go with her. I'm going to go with you, Kiki. We're going to do some light green. Okay. Let me move that off with the book. I'm bravering off on the back of that other one, so 2 for 1 here. Okay. Ooh, pretty, pretty. I think I want a little bit more right there and a little bit more right up there. see. Okay, I think that's beautiful just like that. We're going to leave it alone. We're going to leave it alone. I got to find a place. I need to, y'all are just going to have to wait just a second. Let me put my, if I can get there. I've got stuff in the way. My hanging, I'll just lay it somewhere. I don't have my clothesline up that I can lay stuff on. Okay. We're going to let that one dry over here. And let's play with this back here a little bit more. Oh, that's cool. Well, your daughter's got good taste. Or did you do her bedroom? Maybe mommy has good taste. Okay, so what do we want to add to this one? I didn't go very much, at the edges when I was doing the brayering. Oh, I do. I have copper and bronze, actually, because I love them both. Let's see if I can find them. Here's bronze, and here's copper. Well, bronze and copper. I knew you meant bronze, not bras or bros or whatever that would have been. Do we want to do a little bit of both? Right side. So that's this one. This one is my right side. It looks left on the screen to me, but I don't know if y'all are as backwards. Okay. Let's I'm just going to kind of put it around the edges and kind of go. I did put way too much paint. We'll go ahead and let there be some bronze on that one too. Kind of like that framed like that. Get my parchment out. Well, it's too late, Janet. I tell you what I will do though. I'll just go ahead and put some of this on here. And then we will we'll put parchment on there and see if we can pull some of it out off. So let's try that. Magic, magic. There we go. Yes. That was good. That was good. I like that. Great idea. Okay. Okay, I think I'm happy with that, just like that. Now we got to let that dry. Where am I going to put it now? I'll put it up here. Let's see if this one's dry enough. I can turn it over and play on the other side. I think I can. I think I can. Okay. Well, I'm glad you introduced it to me. I've watched a lot of Shannon Green stuff, and I love her videos, but I didn't see this one. So thank you for sharing the idea with me. I think I'm gonna put some copper on this one. Whoa, let me get that off. There we go. Put some copper on this one, and then we'll add some stuff over the copper. Get that parchment hooker out of the way for now. It's not wanting to get all the way to the edge there. I know it doesn't have to, but I like it to at least try to be covered. Okay, I need some something to brayer off on here. Get out some more junk mail and brayer off on it. Okay, now that I'm gonna go ahead and smooch this a little bit, and then I'll add the other colors to it. All right, that didn't take off much. Maybe I need to do a little more. Okay, we're gonna let that be good. And now copper, green, and yellow. Hi, Elizabeth. We're playing with my Junky junk journals that I made last night, and we're decorating them Shannon Green style, or at least Shannon Green inspired style. This is also Janet style. I didn't know about it till Janet told me just a few minutes ago, so we're gonna play with it here. Go ahead and brayer off again here. Okay, now we'll do the smooshing. Well, I hope sleep comes, Kiki. It would not bother me a bit to just bore you right to sleep. If it would help you sleep, I would almost sing to you, but then you just turn off the TV. So, I mean the computer. Okay, I'm liking that. Do you still want yellow with it, or do we want something else? What do you think? No yellow. Just leave it like this? Or should we add a different color? I think I want a little bit more there. If we're going to leave it like this and not add more colors, then I want to put a little bit more of the green on. Kiki says turquoise. Janet says leave it. Oh, decisions. I think the turquoise would be pretty. But I like it like right now too. Okay. We're gonna add some turquoise. I'm gonna do a different color turquoise though. I'm gonna do something that's more real turquoisey, I think. Not that one. Okay. I hope I don't mess it up. But we're going to use this Tuscan teal. See how it works. Come on. Let's turn this over and work on this side now a little bit. Okay, let's see what happens there. It just got right on the top, but didn't get on the side. You can tell it's kind of bulky in the center. Okay. I think I like that, but I'm wondering if I shouldn't take off maybe a little bit of it. Let's, maybe I got just a little bit too much. Let's see if we can pull off a little bit. Well, we're not really taking much off, but we're leaving an extra layer of texture. And we love texture, so that's a good thing. Okay, we got off a little bit, but I like that. Okay, Elizabeth, I'm going to show you since you weren't here. This is the one we just did. This is the other side to it. And then this is my other book. They're both the same. And this is the other side to that one. So we've got those started pretty good. And I'm going to lay this down here and see if I can pull a little bit of that turquoise off so I can show more of the green underneath it. Because, you know, these will be used too. Okay. My little parchment papers. All right, now we're going to have to dry this or I'm going to end up getting my elbow in it. Let's go ahead and dry this too. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Now what do we want to do? Can't you see a beautiful hummingbird image on that page? Which one? I've got some hummingbirds. Which one do you want me to put it on? Left or right? Let me find the hummingbird image and then you can maybe make a better choice. Oops. Okay, on this one. Well, I'm glad you have family night, Elizabeth. I think that is very worthwhile. Once they've moved away, it's probably even more important for them to come back and do that. Okay. This is stuff I had left over from that big page. Let's move this out of the way and I'll set this down here. I had this flower and some leaves. They're not real leaves. Most of them are just thick. I cut them out of green. There are a couple of them. These two are real, but the rest of them are not. Let's see what else. Okay, I've got this hummingbird. He's pretty, but he kind of gets lost on there because he's too much green. I've got this one, but he won't fit completely. Well, I could put the flower sideways and then he would fit. But I've also got this. Oh, no, there we go. Is this the? I've also got this one. which I think looks nice on there. Maybe flying like that. We could even add a flower. I've got, where did I put those? Some parts of flowers that I cut off around the edges. Where did I put those flowers? Here they are. I've got these little parts of flowers. Let's move this out of the way. See if we want to add some flowers to this. They're, just little pieces. This one you like? I like it too. Do we need a flower? Does he need a flower? We could do a couple of flowers right there on the edge. We've also got this. We could stick even back behind it a little bit just to add some depth. Okay, what do y'all think? Should I add the flowers on there, or should we just go with the hummingbird by itself? Do you like the flowers with it, Elizabeth? Or should I take them off and just put the bird? No flowers. He's in the air. Okay. Hi, Linda. I'm glad you could come. Okay, we will put him on there. Then we need some words. I do have some smaller flowers that he could just be flying above. Let me look. I just got a book, Elizabeth. I showed it at the beginning. I wrote a book of roses, and it has, some smaller flowers that we could put down. It's also got some big flowers. We put something like, let me find something that might be color-wise. If we put something like, like these or smaller, maybe these white ones, then they would be really low, down here. Look like he's far above them. Something yellow, maybe. Well, those are yellow. Let's see what else we've got that's yellow. Oh, let's knock over all my paint. Okay. All right, let's see what else we can find. Okay, we've got these. We've got some roses. We could do a few roses. See what else we got that's yellow. Those have to be fussy cut. We could do some of those. Well, Kiki, if you want a wrench, I'll be glad to give you one. These? Is this what you want, Elizabeth? Okay, here we go. Okay, Kiki, you are now a moderator. Have fun with your power, but don't abuse it. Okay. Just a small amount to entice the bird. Okay. Oh, no. I didn't want to tear that one. I just wanted to take this out. Okay. Now he's up here. I think. Where's my scissors? Hi, Clara. I'm glad you're here. I think I'm going to take off, since it's already got kind of an edge to it there. I'm not going to do any major fussy cutting here because I'm not in the fussy mood. But if these were kind of going like this, just at the bottom here, what do you think? You think just like this? That would be about, I think I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to cut it, and then we'll look at it and hope you like it. Like that. The bird is disappearing into the background. Yes, he does a little bit. Not as much in person because it's not quite as shiny. Oh, it makes him look high, not too high. Okay. All right. Well, then I want him to be high. I want him to be in the foreground and the flowers to be kind of background. So we'll see if we can take this off. Hi, Rose. I'm glad you were able to come. I got lonely. I've been being a mom all day, and I just wanted to be a crafty friend, and so I decided to go live and hope y'all would come visit me. All right, I'm going to glue this on, and then we'll think about if we need to do something. Okay, I got something to show y'all here. I don't know if y'all have seen this. This is Ubi, I think that's how you say it, brand at Target. And it says, for every Ubi item you buy, a Ubi item will be donated to a classroom in need right here in the U.S. One for you, one for me. It's that simple. I thought that was kind of cool. So I bought some glue sticks from them. I'll see if I like them. There were 3 glue sticks, and they were $2.99. It'll be really hard to beat my Elmer's Extreme glue sticks, but if they're even almost as good, that would be nice. So we're going to use it on here and see what happens. I'm glad you didn't miss it all too, Rose. We were missing you. Janet's been being my cheerleader, though. She's been a little bossy, but but I like that. Then I don't have to make any decisions. I just let Janet decide. Some of the other girls have been helping me out too, though, not just Janet. Kiki and Danny have been helping me out too, so. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I know how hard it is for the teachers have to spend so much of their own money trying to get stuff for their classrooms, which I think is a terrible shame. But I don't want to go into my feelings on that subject because people might get upset at me because I don't like the fact that they spend so much money on the sports programs and everything else. The teachers have to do their own stuff. I just think that's a shame. Okay. Now we don't want him to fade into the background. So I'm trying to decide, should I put him down and then maybe use a Stabilo all pencil around him and see if that'll help him pop? Or is there another idea? Yes, I love the feedback and that's what I like about live shows. Now when I'm making a video and I'm the only one there, I'm like, oh, I wish my friends were here and they could help me. Okay, Rose talked first. She said Stabilo sounds good, so that's what we're gonna do. That's my policy. First come, first serve. Okay, let's put him on here and see if we can glue him up. Okay, well, that's an idea too. Linda says water down white gesso under the bird. I'm not sure I'm talented enough to do that. That scares me a little more than the Stabilo does. I wish I had one of those white Stabilo all pencils. Then I could make it look like I did what you said. But I'm a little scared I wouldn't get that to turn out right. I'm only fearless half the time. Okay, we're going to put him right there. I am out of white gesso. That's true, too. I forgot about that. I need to make some more. I really like the white gesso that I made. I just didn't realize I had used it all up. Oh, goodness. I'm sorry. Okay. Now let's see. Stabilo wall. I hope I can find it. Goodness gracious. Oh, here we go. I really need to have about 6 of these because I never can find them, but I did manage to find it. Oh, bye-bye, Elizabeth. Have a great evening. Hey. Yes, I'm live. What do you need?
Just calling to say Aubrey called. It went very well. We are friends again.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, so that's all together.
Okay, we'll discuss it in more depth later.
Okay.
Okay, love you, babe. Okay, that was my sweet daughter. Yeah, my Hannah. Okay. I'm not as good with the Stabilo all pencil as some people are either, but I think I'm probably better with that than I would be with doing the gesso thing. Even if I had gesso. Okay, let me find a brush. Yeah. I like to use one of those water brushes that has the water inside it. I do a little bit better with that, but I have no idea where they've gone to. So we're going to just use water and a watercolor brush and we'll see what happens. Hi, Holly. I'm glad you could come. We've been decorating my Junky junk journals. I haven't done anything on the envelope ones yet, but trying to make this little bird show up a little bit better on the front here. I have a hard time trying to get it to look like a shadow and not just an outline. No, Holly, I did not draw that hummingbird. I cut him out of a calendar. I'm not a good enough artist to have drawn that. But one of the things that I've enjoyed so much about homeschooling is that I can my children, I can actually nurture their creative bent and let them, they have time to be creative. I never really had time to even try very much um until I got through, out of college basically. I did some, um and then um I was busy working and all that stuff, so I didn't spend a whole lot of time creating. And then I had my kids and we decided to homeschool, and so so um now that they're Ethan's through and Hannah's practically homeschooling herself, I just kind of monitor her and choose curriculum and that kind of thing. Um, I have more time so I can play and it's fun. I'm enjoying it. Okay, I'm trying to decide. Should I try to mute that out a little bit? Seems like it should be a little bit. Okay, does that help any? Did you? I hope you had as much fun as I've had, Clara. Um, Especially when the kids were little, it was so much fun. All the field trips and the um, just all the extra stuff you could do, going to the park and looking for bugs and all that kind of stuff. So, oh, that's nice, Kiki. My sister's son, he goes to another lady's house and she homeschools him. Um, Instead of her coming, because she has several children of her own, and so that works out better than her coming to my sister's house. But it's working out well for him. Okay, I like it. I like it. So, do we call this one done for this side? And you know what I just did? Not that it matters. It doesn't matter a bit because we're covering everything up, but it's upside down. No, this is now the right side up. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to get him someone that could, keep him going. Because it's important to find the right mix of what you're doing to get them motivated. Mm. A bit of a shadow around the stars. I was thinking that too, Linda. It must be the thing to do since I thought about it too. Um, Part of me wants to just kind of shade in a little bit some of that blue that's in the background. I don't know if it'll do anything, but that just seems, and there's some white there that I just want to make not quite so highlighty maybe. Um, yes.
Do you think that those steaks can be left in the fridge for one more day before I need to do something with them? Like cook or freeze them?
When did you get them?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just asking because I don't want to cook them tonight, which was my plan, was to separate them then.
Yeah,
I didn't want them to go bad.
They'll be fine till tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Oh goodness, excuse me. Hi, Kim Marie. It's good to see you here. Well, I may have to quit, y'all. I'm just can't stop coughing, and you should not be subjected to having to listen to that too much. Mm. Okay, let's put a little bit more in. I think these are the only really light places. Okay, now let's see what we can do with the water brush. That is shading it a little bit there. Now we'll go around the outside here and water soluble crayon in white. I am not sure. I know I have some water soluble crayons. That's a good idea. Are you thinking for around the bird? Okay, let me look. Oh dear. Oh. I have too much stuff and not enough space. Thank you, Kimmery. Let me move him and so I can look here. See if I can find. I have. No, that's not white though. It's silver. I'm gonna end up making a mess here. I took a trip a while back and I just took watercolor type stuff. This is a journal that my daughter made for me on Mother's Day last year. She bound the signatures and then she, put them into the cover, the faux leather cover, and put corners on it. And that's the first page. She told me, she said, you have to do something in it. You have to do something in it in 90 days or I'm taking it back. So I did that page. And then I have not done anything. No, I did do one other page. I did that page with the gelatos. I think that was gelatos. But the paper is a real, it's a real neat paper. It's something we found in a thrift store. I don't know how to describe it. It feels a little bit vellum-y, except it's thicker and it's more papery than vellum, but it's got that kind of a texture to it. Anyway, that was fun. Okay, let's see. Is this the watercolor crayon? No, those. Oh, there's my other water brushes, and I was blaming Hannah. Shame on me. Okay. There's pencils, watercolor pencils, but there's not a white. Yeah, there's a white. We might try that if I can't find the crayons. I really thought I had watercolor crayons in here. So I must have already taken some stuff out. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Oh, good grief. Let me look one more place. Art class for a bunch of homeschool kids. Oh, goodness. It was probably 4 or 5 years ago. Anyway, I did that for 2 years. And it was a lot of fun. It was more of a experiencing different mediums kind of class. There was some art history, and then some art history, and then we used lots of different kinds of art supplies, paints and stuff. And this was what we used. This was one of the things we used was these watercolor crayons. This was Ethan's set, but he doesn't use them, and so here I am. Is smoke from Oklahoma drifting to where you are today? I have not noticed any. I haven't noticed any smoke. We've had even from the couple of fires that have been closer to here, I haven't noticed any in town. The sky's clear. Well, of course, the wind is blowing. The wind blows here all the time, so it it keeps blows most of that stuff on away. Okay, Janet, I'm going to try it. Let's see if we can get this to. And I'm hoping that Stabilo all pencil won't. Ooh, it's not completely dry. I need to dry it a second here first, or it's gonna get everywhere. Okay, now we'll try again here. Because supposedly, once that Stabilo all has been activated and dries, it does not reactivate. So we will find out, won't we? Hi, Barb. It's good to see you. I'm glad you joined us. We're playing with my new Junky junk journals that I made on the video last night. We're decorating the fronts of them. At least this one we painted, did some painty stuff on them, and now we're trying to, actually make this one look like it is a finished something. Okay, now let me get a baby wipe if I can find. I took those in the house. Not a good idea. Oh, I got some more. I finally went and bought me some baby wipes that are not those Dollar Tree ones. I was determined I needed to use those up, but I do not like them. But I think these will be better. These are the ones that are supposed to be like the Huggies brand, I think. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Maybe I just need to clean my hands. Good grief, look at that. Let's just clean my hands for a second. Oh, I'm sorry, you're buffering. Yeah, you go do what you need to do, Rose. You don't have to stay here. I'll see you again at Mary's. At Mary's place. We'll meet at Mary's place. Yeah. But I wanted to finish this page. Now that I started cleaning my hands, I really need to go ahead and finish getting that stuff off. And then we'll see if we can activate this white crayon a little bit, and we'll call her good for today. I appreciate all of you showing up. Bye, Kim Marie. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. I didn't realize how much glue I had on my hands. Okay. Now then, let's see if we can okay. What do you think? Does that help, or did I take off too much of the white? Bye-bye, Rose. I'll see you tonight. Do you think I took off too much white, or do you think that's good? I think it does make him show up more. Okay. Can somebody put a link into Mary's channel? It's the myartplay. Thanks, Kiki. Yeah, I like it. I'm happy. I'm happy. She does a live at 7:30 Central Time on Friday nights. And if you haven't been to her lives, you are missing something. She is so much fun and such a sweetheart. You will never want to miss another one. That's okay. 2 links is better than 1. All right. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Kiki. Thank you all and Rose. Thank all of you for being my moderators and helping me out.